are you all? Welcome to this channel. I'm Mary. Today, I have a beautiful project for you. Very practical and easy to make. Also, this style is trending. It's this beautiful backpack. Look how gorgeous it is! Made with silk cord and simple single crochet. We are going to be making the base from scratch. We will be making this handle with rings. Look how beautiful it is! And look how spacious it is inside. It's an elegant and very beautiful project. I hope you enjoy the whole process, that you put it into practice. And if you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment as a sign of appreciation. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming classes. Now, let's go to the list of materials and then to the step-by-step instructions. We are going to work with the following materials, and you can get them at your online store, Tusen Sumos. I have scissors, a 3mm crochet hook. This will be our main hook. A lighter, measuring tape, Murano stones, size and color optional, 14 rings, 3 centimeters in diameter. You can replace them with plastic or wooden rings. You can also use larger rings. There are 5-centimeter ones. It depends on the material that you can get or the one you have on hand. Nylon cord and crochet hook. This is 22 gauge. We're going to be using 2 rolls of silk cord or satin cord, also known as rat tail or mouse tail. This one is 2 millimeters thick, and the roll contains 144 yards, which is equivalent to 131 meters. You can also get rolls that come with 100 meters. And the color we're going to be working with is beige. 294. We make a magic circle. We pass the needle under the first strand, take the second, bring it forward and turn the needle. Here we have a little loop left on the hook. We yarn over and pull through this one. We've made a chain here, and this is how our circle is starting to look. Inside this circle, we're going to work 7 single crochets. We insert the hook into the circle. We yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through. We have our first single crochet. We insert the hook again into the circle. We yarn over. We pull a loop up to the height of the loop on the hook. We yarn over again and pull through both. We repeat the process. And we continue until we complete all 7 stitches. We complete the 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to close the circle by pulling the short strand. Now we close it, and for the first round we pull up this loop. And we pass the hook under the first chain from back to front. We place the set-aside loop on the hook, and we move it to the back. We open here a little bit, and we complete 8 stitches with this strand. That means we finished the first round with 8 single crochets, 7 stitches that we make inside the circle, and the 8th stitch is formed when we close the round. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We finished the first round with 8 single crochets. Now let's start the second round. And here we're going to work a sequence of increases, passing the hook under each chain. Look here where the full chain is. Here underneath we'll make 2 stitches. Under these 2 stitches, 2 stitches under each one. Then we pass the hook here where we brought the strand to the back. We go underneath. We place the reserved loop on the hook. We adjust the stitch a little bit. We take the yarn, bring it forward, and here we make the first stitch. We pass the hook under that same yarn, where we joined it, and we complete the 2 stitches. Under the next chain, we're going to make 2 stitches. Under the next chain, 2 stitches. This is how we're going to work this second round, making 2 stitches under each chain. We're going to make the last increase. We pass the hook under the chain, and we make the first stitch. We insert the hook again, and we make the second stitch here. We bring this loop up, and we're going to close the round, passing the hook under the first chain from back to front. We place the reserved loop on the hook, and we move it to the back. This join, we're going to do it the same way on every round. So here we finish the second one with a total of 16 stitches. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Completing the sequence of increases of 2 stitches in each stitch. Before starting the third round, let's close this circle a little more by pulling the short strand, and here tightening it very well. Let's try to make it as tight as possible. We don't hide this strand yet. We'll do it when we finish the base, because as we keep working, this circle tends to open up a little. So we'll tuck this strand in once we finish. Now let's start the third round. And here we're going to follow a sequence of increase stitches, right where we've closed the round. And in the next stitch, we're going to make single stitches, meaning just 1 stitch. So we'll work increase stitches, single stitches, increase stitches, single stitches, following the sequence in each stitch, until we get here to the last one. We pass the hook under the strand. We place the loop we set aside. We tighten it a little. We yarn over and make the first stitch. We pass the hook again under that strand. And here we make the second stitch, thus completing the first increase. We pass the hook under the next chain. We make a single crochet. Under the next one, an increase stitch. The next one, single crochet. And the next one, an increase stitch. We're going to keep working this sequence until we reach this last stitch. Finish the stitches. We're going to do the last one here. We pass the hook under the chain, and we make a single crochet. With this, we close the sequence of 2 single crochets, increase stitches, 2 single crochets, increase stitch. We start with an increase and finish with a single stitch. We make the join. We pass the needle under the first chain from back to front, and we place the reserved loop. We take it to the back, and we tighten. We finish the third round with 24 stitches. Please check that you have that amount. If you see that you're missing or have an extra stitch, make sure you have the correct sequence. You should start with an increase, then continue with a single stitch, increase, single stitch, increase, and finish with a single stitch. Let's start round number 4, and here we'll work a sequence of 2 single stitches, then an increase stitch, 2 single stitches, then an increase stitch. We pass the needle underneath, where we brought the yarn to the back, right here, where the closure was made. We place the reserved loop, adjust, and we make a single crochet. In the next stitch, underneath, we will make a single crochet. And in the next one, we will make an increase. In the next, a single crochet, followed by another single crochet. We make an increase in the next one. So we have a sequence of 2 single crochets. Increase, 2 single crochets, increase. We continue working 2 single crochets, increase, 2 single crochets, increase all along the edge until you reach these last 2 stitches. Finish the stitches. We're going to close the sequence by making 2 simple stitches here. And in the last stitch, an increase. We make this tab taller, and we close the round. We finish the 4th round with 32 stitches, following a sequence of 2 single crochet stitches, then an increase, 2 single crochet stitches, then an increase. Before continuing, please make sure to check the sequence and the number of stitches. Let's start round number 5. And here, we're going to follow a sequence of increase stitches. 3 single crochet stitches, an increase, 3 single crochet stitches. We start with the increase stitch. We insert the hook where we brought the yarn to the back. Right here below, we place the reserved loop. We adjust, and we make the first stitch. We pass under the yarn again, and we make the second stitch. In the next stitch, we make a single crochet. The next one, single crochet. Remember, it's 3 single crochet stitches. We have 1, 2, and 3, and in the next one, an increase stitch. We make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and in the next, increase. I'm going to complete the sequence until I get here to the last stitch. Let's do the last stitch to complete the sequence of an increase stitch in 3 single crochets. Here we work an increase stitch. Here I've already made 2 single crochets. Now let's do the last one. And with this, we complete the 3 stitches. See how we close the sequence correctly, starting with increases. We finish with 3 single crochets. Let's close the round. We finish round number 5 with 40 stitches, following the sequence of 1 increase stitch and 3 single crochets. 1 increase stitch, 3 single crochets. Let's start round number 6. And in this one, we should follow a sequence of 4 single crochets. 1 increase stitch, 4 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. But remember that at the beginning, I told you I was going to teach you step by step how to make a circle and have it look perfectly round. Well, here in this round, we're going to use a different technique. What does it consist of? It consists of dividing the 4 stitches. Remember that they are 4 single crochets. As long as the single crochets start with an even number, they will be divided into 2 parts. We are going to work 2 stitches at the beginning and 2 stitches at the end. This won't affect the sequence at all because we will continue working it as usual. So we start by making 2 single crochets. We continue with an increase stitch. We continue with 4 single crochets. And we make an increase stitch. When we finish, we will complete the 2 stitches that we are missing here at the beginning. We start round number 6 by passing the hook under the strand that we have brought to the back. We place the reserved loop and adjust the stitch here. We yarn over, and we make a single crochet. Under the next chain, we make a single crochet. From here, we have the 2 single crochets. Under the next one, we make an increase. 1, we pass the hook again under that stitch. And we make the second stitch right there. Now we're going to work 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. We make an increase. After the increase, we work 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We increase in the next one. And we continue this way, following the sequence, until we reach these last 2 stitches. I finished the stitches, worked an increase, 4 regular stitches, increase. Here I have 2 stitches left, where we are going to make the last 2 regular stitches to complete the 4. We make the first one here, and here the second one. We already have 4 stitches here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by the increase, 4 stitches followed by the increase. We completed the sequence correctly. Let's close the round. We finish round number 6 with 48 stitches. Remember that in each round we will be increasing by 8 stitches. Let's start round number 7, and here we will follow a sequence of 5 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. We start with the 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to make the increase in a regular stitch from the previous round. The important thing is to work the stitches and not make an increase on top of another increase. So here we start with a single stitch. We have 1. We're going to work 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the next one, in this stitch, we will make an increase. 1 and 2 stitches within the same spot. We make 5 single stitches. Always check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I increase. Five single stitches. And here in the next one, I make an increase. We are going to continue working the sequence this way until we reach the last stitch here. We reach the last stitch, and in it, we are going to make an increase. Notice that here we worked 5 single stitches, and at the beginning we also made 5 stitches. So we close the sequence with increased stitches. We close the round. We finish round number 7 with 56 stitches, and look how nicely round the circle is becoming. Now we're going to start round number 8. And here we're going to apply the technique I explained to you earlier of dividing the stitches when they start with an even number. Here we need to do 6 single crochets, 1 increase, 6 single crochets, 1 increase. But let's get started. Start with 3 single crochets, splitting those 6. 3 at the beginning and 3 at the end. We pass the hook under the strand and make the first 3 stitches. 1 under the next chain, 2 and under the next one, 3. We have the first 3 stitches. We will make the increase under the next one. And now we're going to continue working 6 single crochets, 1 increase, 6 single crochets, 1 increase, 6 single crochets, 1 increase, until we finish here at the last 3 stitches. We make an increase. Here we have 3 stitches left to complete the 6 in the sequence. Look, we made the first 3 at the beginning, and here we finish the last 3, so we continue the sequence of 6 single crochets, increase, 6 single crochets, increase, all around the edge until you finish the round. Let's do the closure. We finish round number 6 with 64 stitches. Now let's start round number 7. And here we're going to work a sequence of an increase stitch, 7 single crochets, an increase stitch, 7 single crochets. We pass the needle under the spot where we brought the yarn to the back. And we make the increase here. We pass the needle again. Under that strand, we make the second stitch. Now we work 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We make an increase. We insert the hook again, and we make the second stitch here. We work 7 single crochets, increase stitch. we make an increase. We continue the sequence. 7 single crochets, increase, 7 single crochets, increase, until we get here, to the last 7 stitches. Let's complete the sequence by making the last 7 stitches. Here, I already made the last increase stitch. Once you finish the 7 stitches, let's close it off. We finish round number 9 with 72 stitches. Please check that you have that amount. We work a sequence of an increase stitch, 7 single crochets, an increase stitch, 7 single crochets, and look how our circle is turning out. Completely even. Now we're going to work on round number 10, and this will be the last round of the base. Here, we're going to follow a sequence of 4 single crochets, increase stitch, 8 single crochets, increase stitch, 8 single crochets, increase stitch. Mary, why are we going to start with 4 stitches if we're working with 8 stitches? Remember that the technique I explained to you also applies here, about dividing the stitches when they start with an even number. So we start with 8, which is an even number. We divide 4 at the beginning and 4 at the end. We continue and place the hook under the strand. We place the reserved loop and start here with the 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. We make an increase stitch. 1, we insert the hook again. Under that stitch, and here we make the second one. Now we're going to work 8 single crochets. We complete the 8 stitches after the increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to make the increase. And notice that the increase is on top of a single crochet, meaning we don't have any increase stitch underneath. We make the increase here. And we continue working on this side. 8 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. 8 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. And we should finish here in the last 4 stitches with single crochets. Let's do the last 4 stitches to complete the 8 in the sequence. We close the round. We finish round number 10 with 80 stitches. I'll show you how the base looks. Look, it's completely round. The stitches are firm, and the base has a very good structure. Look at how it turned out. If, when working on this base, it doesn't turn out this firm for you, switch to a smaller hook or tighten your stitches a little more. In length, it ended up being 16 centimeters long. If you want to make this base a little bigger, you should keep going with the rounds, following the increase pattern. In the video description, I'll leave you the sequence for rounds 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. If you want to make it bigger, or if you want it smaller, then you just reduce the number of rounds until you reach the desired length. And if you're wondering, Mary, can I adapt this same process to another material? Of course you can do it. You can work with whatever material you have available. The only difference is that, depending on the thickness of the material, that's how big your base will turn out. Next, we'll work on the backpack's body. We're going to continue making it with simple single crochet stitches. We take the base. Look, the right side is facing up, we turn it over, and we're going to pass the hook under each chain. There we'll make a simple single crochet. We're not going to do any kind of increases. We'll work one stitch under each stitch until we complete the 80 stitches. We pass the hook under the strand that we've brought to the back. We tighten, and here we make the first stitch. We go under the next chain. We make a stitch under the next one. We are going to make the last stitch. And with this, we finish the first round up the sides. Look here how it's turning out. The round that's already going up. Let's close the round. We're going to do this one as usual. We've been working on it. And we start the next round the same way. We finish this first round of the sides with 80 stitches, which is the same number of stitches we finished the last round of the base with. We start the next round in the same way. We make the first stitch here, and we continue working one stitch under each chain. Let's make the last stitch. And that's how the second round is finished. As you can see, the body of the bag still isn't very noticeable. But as we keep working on the round, we'll start to see it, how the piece starts to rise. Here we make a turning chain and close the round. We're going to start the third round. And we continue working single crochets. Now this process is much simpler. It's making a stitch under each chain until you complete the 80 stitches. We close the round and start another round. We continue this process until we reach the desired height. I will keep working the rounds of single crochet, and I'll show you how many rounds and up to what height we're going to reach. I completed the height of the piece by making 29 rounds, not counting the 10 rounds we worked on the base. which means that in total, we made 39 rounds on the piece. I'm going to give you the measurements. In height, it is 19.5 centimeters. In width, it is 17 centimeters. I'll show you how the stitches turned out. All the same size, well organized, well finished and nice and firm. Why? Because they're nice and tight. Look how it looks. The base. It looks completely round, and that's very important because the body of the bag will depend on it. And if the base is crooked, the body will also end up crooked. Look, here the body of the bag turned out completely cylindrical. Look how nice and finished it looks. And another thing you need to keep in mind is how you close each round. Look here. The join is very well hidden. On the outside and on the inside, look how pretty it looks. Let's move to the last stitch. Here, I want to show you how you would add a new strand to the fabric. I'm going to drop these stitches here. I pass the hook under this little grid. And on this side, I'm going to have the short strand. Look, I already have the stitch here. I'm going to work the next stitch. Here, I'm going to take the new strand, and I'm going to place it at the back of the fabric, leaving a space to hide it under the stitches. I pass the needle underneath of the next chain. I pick up the new strand, and I raise it to the level of the loop on the hook. I yarn over again and pull through both. Here, I tighten the short strand a little bit in the back. And I'm going to keep working the stitches as usual. I insert the hook under the next chain and make a single crochet. Under the next one, and I'm going to hide this leftover yarn under the stitches with the help of a yarn needle. Look from this side, you can't even tell. And the finish turned out perfect. If you want to add a new color to your crochet work, you need to finish the round you're working on. And here, when you start again, you'll do it with the new color. This is the simplest way to join a new strand when you've run out of the previous one. See, here we don't need any sewing. We don't need to make a knot. It turns out perfect, both on the outside and on the inside. Let's finish off this last round. For that, we're going to cut a strand, about 1.5 meters long. We're going to finish off by simulating the last chain. We pull out this little loop. We pass the needle under the first chain from back to front. We place it, the yarn, and take it to the back. We adjust it, and now we're going to pass the needle in the center of this last chain, passing it through as well, from the bottom part of the little ridge that's on the back. We place the yarn, and we pull it out. We adjust the stitch, and now we're going to make the handle. We place the yarn over the ring. We pass the hook into the ring. We yarn over. Here we turn and lift. We have a little loop on the hook. Yarn over again and pull through it. We pass the hook into the ring again, and here we are going to work 11 stitches. This number of stitches will vary depending on the size of the ring. We pass it through. We make the first stitch here. When working these stitches, try to make them as tight as possible, so they turn out nice and tight. I I finished the 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If your ring is bigger or smaller, you'll work the stitches until you cover half of the ring. Now we're going to add here another ring. We place it behind the first one. We pass the needle underneath of the new ring. We yarn over and pull through. And here we have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops, tightening it very well. Look, here we've already added the new ring. Now we're going to work 11 stitches, not counting this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here, here. Now let's add another ring. We place it on the back. We pass the hook through the new ring. We yarn over. We bring it forward and pull up a loop here, adjusting it very well. We have 2 loops on the hook. We yarn over and we're going to go through both. Here we've made a stitch. Now we're going to work 11 stitches on this side. I finished the 11 stitches, and this is how the piece is coming along. And look how the rings are joining together. The front part. And look how the back part looks. I'm going to continue, and I'll show you how we're going to work on this side. I finished adding all the rings, and this is how it looks. I'll give you the measurements. In length, it ended up being 64 centimeters. This would be a short handle if you want it longer. You continue the process by adding more rings. Let's continue working on this side. We work the 11 stitches. I completed the 11 stitches, and that's how I covered the entire ring. Here, we're going to leave this small space, and that's where we're going to make the stitch to join the next ring. We pass the hook through the next ring. We yarn over. Here, we pull up a loop. We have 2 little loops on the hook. We yarn over again and pull through both of them. This is how the join is looking, and this space that's left in the center. We're going to close it as we work the stitches on this side. Here, we've now completed the 11 stitches. I finished the stitches, and look, the space here has already closed up. Now, let's join the next ring. We insert the hook. Inside. We yarn over, bring it forward, and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops left on the hook. We yarn over again. Tighten it well here. And we go through both. Continue working single crochet, and this is how we'll join each of the rings. Until we reach this last one. We are going to join the last ring. and we finish the stitches. We turn the stitches a little here. And here we do the last one. We cut the yarn. We pull it out. We're going to finish off using a thinner needle, passing it under the last chain. We take the yarn and bring it to the back. We pass under the last chain here in the center. We take the yarn and here we hide it. We're going to cut this yarn. This yarn is hard to hide under the stitches because they're very tight. So we're going to hide it when we sew the bag. We're done with the handle now. This is how it turned out. This is the right side. And this is how it looks in the back. You can place it on either side. To place it, I have already put the markers here, and I'll explain how you're going to do it. Regardless of the number of stitches you ended with, you are going to divide the stitches into 2 parts, leaving the same number of stitches on this side of the marker and the same number of stitches on this side. Here, from this marker to the stitch before, I have left 40 stitches. And from the stitch where the marker is to the stitch before the marker on this side, I have left 40 stitches. I'll work the stitches on the side with the yarn. I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3 stitches, counting the stitch where the marker is. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3 stitches. And on the handle, I'm also going to take 3 stitches, which are the ones right here underneath. Look, they're the ones on this side. 1, 2, and 3. Right now, I'm going to place the handle on top. Of the stitches on the bag, you can use the right side, or you can place it on this side. It's really up to you. I'm going to insert the hook into the first stitch so that the handle stays on top of the bag. So I go through here, under the chain, and under the chain that's in front, which is this one. I yarn over. I pull through all of them. I pull up the loop a little, and I insert the hook under the next chain, and the one that's right below this one. I yarn over. I pull up a loop, and here I have 2 loops on the crochet hook. I'm going to slip the first one through, into the one I already had, making slip stitches. I pass the hook under the next chain, and under where the marker is. I yarn over. I pull through here. I have 2 loops left on the hook. I'm going to make a slip stitch. And this is how the seam of this handle is turning out. I'm going to continue working slip stitches under each chain. Here, 1 here, 1 on this side, 1 on this side, to give it a better finish and firmness. To the edge of the bag. I go underneath. I yarn over. I have 2 loops and I pull through. Try not to make the stitches too tight so it doesn't shrink. The opening of the bag. finished the stitches. Now let's sew this side. Let's arrange the handle so it's nice and straight. Let's locate the 3 stitches. Here they are. 1, 2, and 3. We pass the needle under the first one. And from the first one on this side, 1, 2, and 3 here. We yarn over. We pass it through all of them. We chain up, and here we make a slip stitch. We go under the next chain, and the one that's underneath. We yarn over, and here we slip. Here is the last chain, and here is where the marker is. Here we slip. And we're going to keep working a slip stitch under each chain. We make a slip stitch here. And here on this side, look right here. In the last chain, we make the other stitch here. Here we pull the yarn through. Here we're going to mimic the last stitch by passing the needle from the bottom part of this first chain, from top to bottom. Try using a thinner needle if that helps. Yarn over. And here we pull through. We'll pass the needle through again. From the bottom here, the needle should come out in the center of this last chain. We place the yarn and take it to the back. We're going to take this yarn to the back as well to start hiding it. Look how we've recreated the last stitch. It turned out perfect. Now let's hide the yarn ends underneath the stitches this one, which was left from the handle. We're going to bring it here, under the chains. I finished hiding the yarn ends. Let me show you how the slip stitch edge turned out. And here is how the seams turned out. Look how beautiful they are. On this side, this is how it looks. For the closure, you can use a magnetic clasp, placing it in the center of the backpack. Or you can also add a drawstring and close it from this side. That's optional. To add the Murano beads, we don't have any specific pattern. We'll just scatter them like this all over the backpack. Sewing with a needle and nylon thread. Let's put on the first one. We place it here. Pass the needle through from underneath. Place the Murano bead. Pass it through again, bringing the thread to the back. You can give each little bead three little turns, so they stay nice and tight. Done! We've placed the first one. Here in the back, we're going to secure the stitching. We've already placed our first Murano. I know it's not very noticeable because it's the same color as the material. But the stitching is exactly the same as if we were attaching a button. So what are we going to do? We're going to keep attaching little buttons randomly all over the backpack. I'll complete the process and show you the result. We finished the backpack. This is the result. Look how beautiful it is. Here, I placed a personalized tag with the name of the channel. This is optional, and you can order it. We finished the backpack. See how easy it is to make. This is the result. Here, I placed the personalized tag with the name of the channel. If you're interested, you can order it from your online store, Tucson Sumos. I hope you enjoyed the whole process, that you put it into practice, and if so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And leave a comment as a token of appreciation. See you in the next tutorial. God bless you. Bye.